Hello students, so welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to study biodiversity conservation. Our first question is why should we conserve biodiversity? Actually, we can give many reasons we can give it. Some might be obvious, means we are getting direct countless benefit, and some are not obvious. But whatever reason are these, whether they are obvious or non-obvious, but all are equally important. So we have grouped them into three categories. All these reasons which we are trying to explain, why should we save, we have grouped in three categories. First is narrow utilitarian, then second is broad utilitarian, and third is ethical argument. Now in narrow utilitarian, if you see beta, we can give the argument, we can give the reason for conserving biodiversity which are obvious. So in narrow utilitarian, we are trying to convince that we should save diversity because we are getting the direct and countless economic benefit. So we are getting countless direct economic benefit from the nature. For example, number one, we are getting food. Okay, so number one, you can write here this way, we are getting food. Number two, you are getting firewood. 3, we are getting fibers. 4, we are getting construction material. This is the way, if you'll make a list, it will help you to learn the topic easily better. Then you are getting industrial products. In the industrial products, you should write which products better. We are getting tannin, resin, lubricants, dyes, perfume. So you can write all these industrial products here. Okay, total 5 products. And last, you are getting the medicines. So these are the direct and countless benefit which we are getting from the nature. Now, if you see, very important data, please focus better. More than 25% of the medicines which we are selling in the market, they are derived from plants only. Okay, and 25,000 species of plants, they are contribute to the traditional medicines, which was used by the people around the world. So please remember these two data better. One is 25% of the medicines are obtained from the plants, and 25,000 species of plants are used for the traditional medicines. Okay, now let me give you the list of the few important medicines. Now see beta, for example, one more fine. You have studied this in the human health and disease. It is obtained from the dried latex from unripe capsule of Papaver somniferans. And it is working as what beta? It is working as analgesic. Then second example is quinone. Quinone is obtained from bark of cinchona, this plant. And this is the one which is anti-malarial. Clear? Another example of anti-malarial is given is artemisinin. Okay, it is obtained from this plant, and this is also anti-malarial. Now, next important which you should learn is Taxol. Taxol is a medicine which is obtained from the bark of the plant, that is Taxus baccata or Taxus brevifolia. This is anti-cancerous medicine. Is it clear? Then next is important is, please learn vincristin and vinblastin, which is obtained from the plant that is Rosy periwinkle, also known as Vinca rosea or Catharanthus roseaceus. Anti-cancerous. So 2 are example of anti-cancerous, 2 are the example of anti-malarial. Okay, beta? Then in this chapter only, if you remember in the starting of this chapter, we studied about reserpine. Reserpine is the one which is obtained from the root of Rauwolfia vomitoria. Here they have taken serpentina, and it is used for controlling blood pressure, schizophrenia, and as well as for painful bowel movement. The next drug is Vesica, which is obtained from the leaf of Adetoda, and it is used to cure bronchitis. Licorice, it is obtained from the roots of Glycyrrhiza glabra, and it is for the bronchitis. So my suggestion, beta, you can take a screenshot of this and please learn, because when you're solving the questions, these questions will be asked. So they will ask you, for example, Taxol is obtained from root, bark, or stem or leaf. So you have to focus, it is obtained from the bark. Okay, few is obtained from the leaf. This is the way you have to focus, beta. So up till here, clear beta? Now see, we don't know. We don't know how many more medicinal useful plants are there in the tropical rainforest which are waiting to be explored. So now what we are doing it, we are going for bioprospecting. Now what is bioprospecting? Please try to understand. Bioprospecting means we are exploring molecular level, genetic level, and species level diversity. Okay, we are exploring our diversity at molecular level, genetic level, and species level, and trying to extract the product for economic importance. And if we are able to do bioprospecting, then the nations which are rich in the diversity, they can expect to get a great benefit. Economic benefit can be very high. So please remember the question language can be, the bioprospecting means you are exploring at how many level? You should remember we are exploring at molecular level, genetic level, and species level diversity for the product of economic importance. Is it clear? So this is narrow utilitarian, which we are trying to argument for conserving diversity, which are reasons are obvious for it. Now, second is your broad utilitarian. Second argument, broad utilitarian argument says that according to this, biodiversity plays major role in many ecosystem service which nature provide. Is it clear? Now see the very fast dwindling means which is diminishing, the fast diminishing. Okay, Amazon rainforest. It was producing nearly oxygen 20%. The Amazon rainforest is actually contributing 20% of the total oxygen of the Earth atmosphere through the process of photosynthesis. So first, very important economic service which our ecosystem is doing it, ecological service which our ecosystem is doing it, is providing oxygen. The very first important service, please make a note of it, it is providing oxygen. If you can try to evaluate how much price tag we can give it. For this, they're telling it how much your hospital will spend on the cylinder of oxygen. Try to find out the cost. Second important service which our nature is providing is pollination. Pollination is this without which we cannot get fruits or seed to eat also. Is another services which ecosystem is providing through the pollinators. Examples of pollinators are your bees, bumblebees, birds, and bats, which we are considering it free of cost. Okay. Third important service is aesthetic pleasure. So we derive from the nature, the third important service is aesthetic pleasure. Just try to imagine how much mind will become cool when we are walking through the thick wood and watching the spring flower in the full bloom, or waking up to a bulbul song in the morning. We cannot put a price tag on these types of services, and they give a lot of aesthetic pleasure. So these are the three examples of broad utilitarian. Now see beta, I told you here the reason for conserving biodiversity are narrow utilitarian, broad utilitarian, and ethical. Beside the direct benefit means food, firewood, and pharmaceutical. Indirect benefit. So till now we have studied indirect benefit. 3 we studied, if you remember. What we studied better, first was your oxygen. Second, we studied pollination. Third, we studied aesthetic pleasure. Now here others are there. So indirect benefit, I am highlighting this one beta, such as pollination, so we studied. Second is pest control. Please make a note beta, pest control. Third is climate moderation. Fourth is flood control. The total, if you see, for indirect benefit means broad utilitarian. What are the, we can make it? Okay, see, we can make first is pollination. Second, oxygen. Third, pest control. I'm trying to cover there also, okay, that area also. Fourth, climate moderation. Climatic. Fifth is flood control. And sixth, you can write as an aesthetic pleasure. So these are the indirect benefit beta. 3 we studied there, which 3 studied beta, pollination, oxygen, aesthetic pleasure, and remaining 3 are given here, which 3 are given more here now. 3 which are added here, that 3 are your pest control, climate moderation, and flood control. Is it clear? But that's why I brought it you here, so that you can check it. When they ask the question, student feel from where they are asking it. It is not out of the NCERT, it is in the summary area, we have to match it. Now, third argument we can give is ethical argument. Ethical argument for conserving biodiversity relates to what we owe to millions of plants and animals and microbes with whom we share this planet. So whether you say spiritually or philosophically, we need to realize that every species has an intrinsic value. Even if it may not be in current or any economic use of us, it is not, we are not getting direct or indirect benefit. Okay, fine. But we should realize that their value is there. And it is our moral duty to care for their well-being and pass this biology, whatever diversity we are having it, to our next generation. So beta, in this video, I try to explain you the reasons why we should conserve biodiversity. Clear beta? Narrow utilitarian, broad utilitarian, and ethical arguments. In narrow, direct benefit, obvious. For broad utilitarian, indirect. And third, it is okay, fine, we are not getting direct or indirect benefit, but it is our moral duty to save this or other plants or animal species, because we have shared the planet with them from the long time. So I hope this video has helped you to learn it. Thanks for watching it.